and about 10 minutes later, we arrive at the Erie County Prison. There's a security door here. That's a security window there. And nurse's office cell. This is that block area with the curtain. The girls come in, give the name. This is a sheet he has here with a highlighter, and he was highlighting names after you come in, and then we stand by the wall one at a time. I go through, and I notice when I gave him my name, he highlighted a different name. It was not mine. I didn't say anything. You can't complain. You're in jail. You're in prison. So I just got in line, thought nothing of it. And the inmates behind, we all got in line. And there was a guard. The guard told me we're going down. He pulls me in the side here, and behind the curtain, and all the other inmates, I assume, went through the security door and entered the prison. But being that I was behind the curtain with the brick wall, I couldn't see anything. I just know they went by me, and that's it. I don't know where they went. So after that, he tells me to open my gown, bend or squat, and I come out, and that took every bit of probably 30 seconds. And then the other guard that was at that highlighted the names, they both walked me out through the security door to get into the prison. And where they had me was in the I guess suicide watch area. It's in the back of the prison. I walked by pretty much everything, but this time it was odd, but I didn't know because I was still kind of spun over being sentenced, that there was only one guard in the front desk. And when we went into the prison area, I didn't see, other than the two guards that were with me, one that checked me in the behind the curtain, and the one that signed me in. From there all the way back to the holding cell, that is pretty much in the back of the prison. I mean, you pass up the guards' break room, gymnasium, cell blocks. The prison was on lockdown. I saw no one, even in the holding cells in the main area. And this is afternoon. I mean, this is a little after 12. You would think it would be, busy. It was busy when we left at 7 a.m. There was no one around. And in the prison itself, it was on lockdown. I saw no one. There was no guards at the guard desks, except for the two guards that were walking me to my cell. And I saw no one in the gym, no one transporting food. It was very creepy, but I didn't think anything of it at the time. And I get to the hole, I guess they call it. In this area, they're always screaming, and for some reason there was no screaming. They tell me, get in your vest. Before I could take off that striped suit, he tells me, you're purged. So I didn't even put on the vest. We walk out of the cell, the same guard from the beginning. The two walk me out, and he hands me my glasses, which at that point, they didn't have any lenses in them. So he's running around looking for my lenses. They tell me that I'm waiting on my lenses. I ended up getting my lenses. Another female brought it in. She handed it to the guard. He handed them to me. I put them on. He asked me to do him a favor, which I thought was odd. He said, don't put your hat on until you leave the building, which I've never had anyone say that, or there are people in hats. So I didn't bother it. And before leaving, he had a piece of mail on the service desk, just like that was, but this one was sitting there, and I'm leaving, and he says he had me sign another piece of paper saying that's for your property, And then he had another envelope with no address on it, just handwriting. And I get it, I look at it, and I open it. I tell him, I say, this is counterfeit. I said, look at the judge, no judge on here, no judge signature. And I bring it up and show it to him. Right there at the desk, he looks and he kind of laughs or whatever. And I walk out the door, and that was it for that moment. I ended up going back to the courthouse around 4 o'clock that day to see what time that the court recorder recorded me for being in the courtroom. And it was recorded at 10 to 10:15. There's no way. I was in that cell for over 2 hours waiting to go to court.